So I was looking at these at the Dollar Tree, exfoliants, and I was thinking, I hate deco mesh. It's stiff, it ravels when you cut it. Look at that. I guess the burner cutters work better, but you catch it on stuff and it ravels. I mean, I've had a ribbon wrap around it, and I tried to get the ribbon off and it raveled out, and then, it just isn't good. So I looked at this, I actually undid it, and the mesh part is still the same. It really is. The difference on the exfoliant is it is doubled. It just comes that way. I guess if you wanted a bigger poof, you could cut it, to where you can spread it out. So anyway, I'm going to show you here. So I cut it just to let you know. And look at, no raveling. It is stretchy, but there's no raveling or anything. And it's waterproof, So I thought it would make a simple wreath. So I figured I'd try it. So first off, I took the metal bar itself, okay, so the frame, and all of this cost me about $10. So $1.50 or $1.25 per exfoliant poof, and then the frame was $1.25, and the decorations that I got, and I think I'm going to decorate a little more, was $1.25 a piece, so it was $3 total for the flowers. But if you look at it, so I was trying to figure it out. So inside the middle there is a string that actually just wraps around it, and so I just am trying to do my colors. I did the dark green in the middle and the light green on the outside, and then took the ribbon on the end that you hang it up with and actually used it as a hanger on the back of the wreath itself. So I just opened it up and I cut the string. It actually goes around like 3 times. So I cut the first part, and then I had to cut the other 2 because it'll get hooked up on the knot. And then I just pull it out. So it's not really that hard. It's just getting it out and then just pulling it out. And then it just unravels perfectly, So and it makes a pretty good long one. Actually, I think I used a puff and a half just to go around the bar. So that's not too bad. And 4 of them, I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, you can sell these things for $40, $50, depending on, how well you decorate them and that kind of thing. And they make them really full, which I like because you don't want to see the frame in the middle. So you just have to cut the other 2 and then ravel it on out. So I was kind of excited. I don't think these things would work for like leaves or pinwheels or anything like that. I think you need the stiffer material for that kind of thing. But a simple puff, is pretty cool. So the ribbon inside, I had to reach in and actually pull it, because when you unravel it, it'll sink into the material. So I had to pull it to the end, which is like a little sleeve, So I just reached in and then grabbed them and then pulled it to the end and tied it. So I don't know if you haven't done the simple little poof thing. I'll show you how here. So I just take the end of it, and then I just put a wire around it, and then I attach it to the frame itself. I attach it to what I call the stud, which is the cross beam of the frame. And then what I did was I put 4 poofs in between to the other stud, and then the last stud would be the 5th one. So you just tuck it in, and then you attach it to the stud, and then you do the 4. So I stretched it out every 4 to 5 inches to make a poof, and then did the 4 in between and the 5th one on the stud. Okay, so I started out with the darker green on the very inside, the first one. The second row I did on the second wire, and then when I do the last one, it would be on the very end. and it made it very full and pretty. And I was kind of impressed with the look of having the ribbon in, because it just kind of squiggled inside it. It was kind of cool. So now I'm working on my outside edge. And again, you have to push the end of the poof inside the very first one and then tie it to the crossbar, the stud, and then work your way around. So I figured you couldn't beat this. This is so easy to do. And it beats having to deal with that raw edge of the deco mesh. The first time I used it, and I have a video of that, I was using what I call the tutu material. And it just stuck all over that. It was terrible. So I'm just working my way all the way around, and then I poof it out when I'm done. And then I take the wires. I know a lot of people are worried about the wires on the back because I used floral wire. So you basically bend them in and trim them up. If you're worried about scratching your door, you can put a felt around the back and it won't do that. I didn't use the pipe cleaner or zip ties some people use, which is zip ties are okay, and so is the pipe cleaner if you don't want to scratch your door as well. So, and when I get to the end, I just push it through and connect it and cut. So, and then it was so easy to poof because they're already curly and they're already kind of poofed out from being in that ball. It was so easy, and look at how full it is. Looks great. So now I'm just attaching the flowers. I think I might get different little things you can, because it is for St. Patrick's Day. So maybe a little hat and 4-leaf clovers. They had the 4-leaf clovers there, but they weren't really cool looking, so I didn't get them. And there it is, and I think it came out pretty good. Not so bad.